everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'm gonna repot this juniper, which was a part of the juniper challenge. I wonder where the other junipers are from the other participants, but yeah, well, maybe we'll see some quite soon. So I'm gonna get this out of the pot. First of all, let's have a little look at the tree and see how things can change. So there's a little history to this tree. I started it, well, a year and a half ago, something like that. It's now March, end of March 2025, and I picked this as a front, but the more I look at it, the more I think that this is a better front with this, because the trunk has some quite nice movement. But of course, you can only choose the best front when you look at the best roots. So the first thing that I need to do is get this thing out of the pot, and then we will have a look at these roots. Now there's a whole lot of good new substrate here that the tree, well, the tree is quite loose in its pot. It didn't fill the whole pot, but it recovered. I air layer the branch also. So yeah, let's get it out of the pot and then we will see what the best front is when we can see the roots. So as I told, I don't think that this tree is pot bound at all. So here we are. So I marked this as the possible new front. As you see, still a lot of substrate that can be used and reused. And reusing some of this substrate is a good thing because it contains all sorts of bacterial stuff. So I'm gonna raise the camera a little so that we can see what's going on. And now comes the slow process of getting all the old soil out and washing the roots. So the tips are starting to become white, so here's a little bit of a little bit late, maybe a week or so, but I think it's gonna be quite okay. And I need to clean up the whole root ball. As you see, some of the old roots are falling off. That's because I removed some of the roots here, and now the tree can do without. But we have still a whole lot of this garden compost, and I didn't want to remove that last year because I removed already quite a lot. But now I think it's really a good idea to get all this garden soil out, this compost, I should say. And the best thing to do that is to make it completely wet, the whole root ball, and then push the soil through, and that's what I'm going to do above my huge bucket. So I'll see you when the tree is bare rooted. Well, the root base isn't bad. I had to untangle some of these roots and reposition them. Now I also have a good view on the pieces that I removed last year, so I can clean up a little bit of the stumps here, the dead stumps. So that's also a good thing. It also removes the dead portions that I won't use. So now obviously these things are very long, so I cannot use that. So, but that's all I'm gonna take off at this very moment. You see, the tree has a trunk that goes this way, but I have a few nice roots here, so I think I still can use the angle. Now, if I had known that this tree had a big trunk here, it also could have been a cascade. So yeah, that proves that if you are when you are creating a tree from nursery material is not wise to work for a couple of years to on the top and shape it and wire it and do all kinds of things, because, well, you're probably gonna end up with a root base that is not in the same plane as your tree. So let me have a look. I think if I bury it up to here, that should be nice. I'll maybe remove this one, and then there's a little stub here. These two branches are too high. I don't, roots are too high. I don't want that. Same here. And now I'm starting to have a acceptable root plane for the first time that I'm doing some serious root work on this tree. So I'll get the pot, fill it up with some base, substrate, drainage holes, things like that, and then let's plant this tree. So this is a good spot for the tree, and I think that this is an acceptable front, but I need a whole lot of substrate under the tree before I plant it. And this drum pot is going to be a nice fit for this tree. It's way too big, but it's better to have a big pot in this stage so that the tree can grow as much as he wants. So a lot of substrate, and I think that this tree will be in there for a year or maybe two. So let me see. I'm going to have a look from my side. So this is really a interesting front, I think. This was a very good movement here. So I'll position this, and then I'll try to rearrange the roots as radially as I can, which will not be easy, but I mean, have to try. So this should hold. Come on, man. And then I'll put some substrate. Don't flip over. Right here, so that it holds these roots. That's tricky. Seems to work. A little more. All right, same here. Open up the roots. Push them down and then add the substrate. All right. This one in the back is exactly where it's supposed to be, so no worries there. But here I have two roots that I would like to position a little better. This big one. So I hope that it stays where it is now, with some soil on top. Maybe a little more. Like so. And then this root, which has a very strange kink, but you can cut it off or you can try to reposition it, and in this case I prefer the repositioning. Like so. And now I'm going to fill up the rest of the pot with the substrate from the old pot. So that's good. All right, I think I need a little more, so let me get some more. So that's a whole lot of soil. And now comes the long and tedious job of working this all in. It's amazing how it drops. But okay, I think the tree is now in very good substrate. Has the right conditions to have a good growing season. Didn't cut off too much roots. And the roots that are left are, well, I could say almost good. So I'll finish this and then I'll water the tree and we'll be together again for a final view on today's work. So see you in a jiffy. And this concludes this little job on this juniper. What does this juniper has to do this year? Well, not a whole lot, except grow and grow and grow. So I'll water it well. I'll give it a good portion of fertilizer every now and then, so that it grows well. For the rest, I think that this tree has a nice movement. It is a small tree, but I don't want to keep it a small tree. I intend to let it grow, well, 1/3 more, I think. And therefore, this tree can stay in this pot for, well, I think at least 2 years, because I think the roots are okay. They are going to spread the right way. So I think this tree can do without a repot next year. And that concludes this video. This also concludes my repotting season. So I don't know when my next little movie will be on, but if there is something that you would like to see, or an update or on something, please let me know. And well, that's it, I think. So thank you for watching and see you next time.